Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. As always, thank you all so much for the continued support. Really appreciate all the love and feedback and engagement on the recent videos. Today's match is going to be an older one. It is a 1v1 against Beast of the East, also known as General Wiener on YouTube. We've played a couple matches, so definitely check him out. He's a great PvPer. Definitely learn a lot from him. We ended up running a 3-game set a couple weeks back, and Beast did upload game 2 over on his channel, so definitely check it out, show that support. Otherwise, what you're watching here is going to be the decider, and it really turned into a pretty solid match, so hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. So we are playing as the British, and we are playing the all-around doctrine. We are on the map Wiederingstieg, which is a pretty good one from the Finest Hour DLC. Although I tend to, think the British kind of have a leg up on this map, just with how flat it is. We'll see why as we kind of get into it, but it is a nice map altogether, either way. Beast did go as Germany. He was running Germany for pretty much all 3 games. I think he was trying out some different strategies, trying to see if there was anything that might be a good counter, good option. But we are running the traditional start that we do, Russian 2 squads. I ran 1 straight for the middle. I am smoking out and digging some foxholes as well. And then we've got the other squad that is going to secure the south point, our south point. And then with that squad, I'm actually going to push them further, and I'm going to try to get across the main causeway here, and I want to take up positions on Beast's side of the map, trying to get some crossing fire into the middle, because if I can deny the whole, I guess, his left side or right side when we're looking at it of that point, we're going to kind of force him to just be in that one back area with the ruins, which should be hopefully a good opportunity for us. So I'm going to push up as far as I can here, and I might even try to get in that mansion if I can. We'll see. But Beast has pretty much done exactly what we were hoping. He's concentrated his forces over on that left side of the point. He is capping his point as well, so we are going to bring in that other rifle squad that way. And we're going to get a couple sneak guys up here as well, as far as we can. Further out we go, the better. And I do see a light vehicle on the map. Looks like it is a half-track. This guy does have a Hawkins grenade. If he stops, maybe we'll get him. But looks like he's going to continue, so we better bring him back. That guy might be useful later. We'll see. We're going to get this other guy in here, too. Maybe take up position in the wall, in the building. But Beast has brought the half-track over onto the left. He's got a pretty nice line of fire into our side. We are losing quite a few guys there. So we're going to bring up the Piat guy from the 3rd squad. And it looks like he's doing exactly what I would have done, which is occupying the compound on our side here. So with the half-track support, this is going to be a bit risky. We bounced a grenade there, unfortunately. Maybe we get a lucky Piat. He dips down into the, what is that, river? Oh, into the dike. That's what it is. It's a dike. He dips down into the dike, and we just miss. Otherwise, that would have been perfect. Oh, that's so unfortunate. But majority of our 3rd squad has been rinsed by that half-track, which is really unfortunate. And we're going to take this guy and get him on hold fire and just kind of sneak him up. I want to see if maybe we can get a line of sight into Beast spawn. Maybe get a little heads up on what he's calling in. And he is absolutely putting up the pressure on this side of the point as we kill ourselves with a Hawkins grenade on the truck. Fantastic. Our sneak guy runs into a, looks like a Volksgrenadier squad, so that must be all around. I think that's all around Germany. And he is putting some very good pressure on our side. I'm going to Pick up the Piat. I don't want that to be wasted. And we'll call in a vet rifle squad over onto that left side to help reinforce. But he got one of our sneak guys in that building. He did leave the other, the initial sneaker that he was shooting at. So I wonder if maybe he didn't see him and he called these guys up further. But this guy in this foxhole takes out a couple. Maybe one, not a couple. Missed with that second grenade, unfortunately. But our really nice position here is definitely helping us so far secure this middle point and keep him out. And our guy does get us a decent line of sight, thankfully. So we do see that it is the Puma coming up. So we are going to go with the Staghound. It's not really a counter to it, but the Staghound CS is absolutely going to rinse Beast's infantry, which is what I'm hoping for here. I want to take out as much infantry as I can and just keep him out of that middle point. And we're going to go with the Piat, see if we can maybe get a shell over the building on the half track. We do, but he drives away. Maybe we just impacted the gunner? I don't know. We did something there, but not enough for it to be fully down. So he is running back. He's got the Puma over there as well. We're going to push our guys up, try to get some better positions. And he's making a full push on the right side to the midpoint now. So I am going to call up a sniper and bring up the Staghound as well. And this match was before I was technically being a little more cognizant of keeping the MG gunners and the ammo bearers together. So we'll see a couple couple Bren guys without ammo for a little bit here and there. We miss with the Piat again. That's 3 shots this thing is tanked. Well, not really tanked, but we've missed. I'm a little busy microing that I don't see the Puma come. He does get 3 of the crew on the Staghound. Heavily damaged it, but it is still up. And we are behind the building, so thankfully we should be able to get this away. He's going to back up the Puma, it looks like. Finally, Piat did take out the half track. So we did get that nuisance out of the way. And this is going to allow us to... oh, he's got a Panzerschreck? Yeah, Panzerschreck. So he was sneaking up a Panzerschreck to do kind of the same thing that we were doing. But he was going to go AT more so. I did see a guy in this longhouse, I believe, too. But, so I was saying, we're going to try to now push up further and get him out of this compound. And then we're going to try to take this compound. Because I want to be able to push on his point if I can, and these guys are just going to stop me for the most part. So it looks like we've pretty much cleared him out. And I am going to move this free Panzerschreck now, thanks to Beast, kind of over onto that side. And we are preoccupying quite a bit of his forces. Probably a squad, maybe squad and a half on that side. So that should be hopefully of benefit to us as we go forward. Another half track coming in. God, getting that guy out there, so beneficial so far. I've seen every vehicle that's come in past the 5-minute mark, which is really nice. Always recommend doing that. If you can get a guy out on the flanks and just get line of sight on your opponent's spawn, it's so beneficial. You can take it a step further by also trying to get like a like Beast was trying to do, get a Panzerschreck or a Piat or any type of AT close to the spawn as well. So once vehicles spawn in, you can just kind of take advantage and take them out easy. I know a lot of guys will bring up like a sniper. They'll put him on hold fire and give the sniper a Panzerschreck or a Piat. Crawl him up because they've got extra sneak. And it's harder to spot him. So I don't do that often. I don't actually know if I've really ever done that. It's kind of a little cheesy, but you know, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. So it is an option for those that want to do it. But we are trying to reinforce the middle as Beast has successfully pushed us out of it. I do have to bring up the Staghound. It really hasn't done much for us. And Beast is making a really nice push on the middle as well. And he has occupied our ruins, which is very unfortunate. But now the Staghound's back up, so as long as I can dance around the Puma, this thing should start doing some work. But he has static MG42 I'm seeing up there. He's got the half-track, and now the Puma there. And he's so far up, I'm even going to start lobbing some HE shells on my side of the ruins here. And I'm thinking what I can do to kind of combat the Puma, because I know the Staghound's not going to do it. So I do go with a, is that a Cromwell? I don't think it's a Comet. I think it's a Cromwell. I didn't miss that though, so I will correct myself if needed. But I'm hoping this should be able to take out the half-track, the static MG42, and the Puma if he wants to go head-to-head. Or I might try to bait him with the Staghound. But it is a Cromwell. Cool. Glad I caught that right. Comet and the Cromwell are pretty close in terms of look. But it does look like our sniper is doing some work, thankfully. Looks like he's already vet 2, which is great. We're able to move the Cromwell up and take out the half-track. So that's fantastic. That's one of the nuisances down. Beast is running with the Puma. So he is out of range at this point. And we are going to get a reinforcement squad up now. We're going to switch to HE and try to deal with this static MG42 as well, because that is just destroying us. But while Beast is here, since he didn't fully clear this building, we're going to see if we can do something sneaky. This might be what we need. If we can do it, can we do it? Looks like we're going to do it. Nice. The Hawkins grenade does take it out, thankfully. Throw a secondary grenade immediately, takes out both crew. He is chasing us down. We're grabbing the TNT, and we're going to get it off. So Puma will be permanently down. All it took was one sneak guy. And that's all it takes. So that should hopefully completely flip the momentum here. He does, in theory, have a... he should have enough to technically go with another Puma if he wants, but I don't know if he would, truthfully, at this point, so we'll see. I am going to bring in an officer to spot. I want to be able to see anything kind of in the back of the point. I have no idea what the Staghound is doing, but it is not facing the correct way. I am going to move it over here as we are running out of ammo, though, and I am bringing it up an ammo crate 2. But sniper is at 10 kills, vet 3, so doing very well. That's a pretty good spot over by those buildings. It's got a pretty good reach onto the right side of that midpoint, so definitely a good location for the Allies side. And I'm going to smoke and dig a couple foxholes here as well. It looks like that's either a second Lafayette MG42 or it is a the original one that he moved. I did see the officer behind that building briefly as well. And we just ran out of ammo. So we will have to replenish. But thankfully we were ahead of the game here, so we are already up. And because we do have the Cromwell as well, he's likely to have to waste MP to get a tank to kind of combat us as well. There's the officer. So he's spotting me. I'm spotting him. But because he's probably going to have to go with an MP tank, or he needs to wait for the Jagdpanzer IV in a minute, he's either going to be wasting DP or he's going to be wasting MP to try to counter us, which is going to mean less infantry for him. And Germany's already kind of starved for infantry against the Brits, I feel, personally. I feel like 9 times out of 10 when I play as Germany against them, I am almost always starved for infantry if I don't play it right. So you got to be like very careful. Keep your guys alive as long as possible. And then just not get kind of overzealous. But Staghound is doing decent work. We are using the sniper to kind of spot some of these guys as well. He's been able to kind of dig in a couple places, which is slightly unfortunate, but we do hit the 15-minute mark. And I don't see anything vehicle-wise. Beast seems to be unhappy about something. So I can only imagine it's a misclick of his DP buy. So I'm going to ask him. Feel like he wouldn't have said anything because nothing really happened otherwise. So it's got to be a misclick. Yeah, there's the confirmation. So he bought something he didn't want. I would assume it was something in tier 2 because I think a vehicle would have popped on the minimap. So RD observer. There's a vehicle now. It is a Panzer IV. So that kind of confirms it. We're going to get the Cromwell out of here because I do think he has range on me. Or further range than I do. So he does go with a Panzer IV, which means he did not get the Ag Panzer. So he definitely misclicked. I would assume it's an arty signaler. And there it is. So first barrage is going to come down on the ruins. So we're going to try to get out of there as quickly as possible. But because of that misclick, he did have to go with an MP tank. So hopefully we can kind of take advantage of the lack of infantry, because that is going to eat a little bit at his MP for the time being. So we really got to clear this point and kind of take advantage here. But the arty signaler every couple of minutes is going to be very annoying to deal with. So we will want to try to get him out of the way if we can. Maybe we'll get a lucky shot or be able to take him out with the CS potentially. But considering he is artying the left side, we will just funnel into the right. We're going to bring up 2 squads immediately. Smoke it out. And we are going to dig in everywhere that we can now. Even though that signaler is just going to take us out. But while I'm busy doing that, we do get hit heavily by the Panzer IV. He does outrange us, and he did turret us and track us, which is unfortunate. We are at tier 2, so we do have, obviously, the Achilles that we could go with if we wanted to. I'm going to hold off for now. His Beast is calling in, looks like a AT squad on the right that ran right past our spotter and is running right into kind of our boundary guys here. So hopefully this one rifleman can kind of deal with them. But it's another reason to always have someone out on your flanks. Line of sight and also catch some sneaky stuff out like that. But he's still trying to go for the Cromwell, so I am going to try to back it up even though it's not fully repaired. See if I can get behind this building. Looks like he did call in something. A second Puma. Okay, so second Puma's trying to come over for the Staghound. We got to get these guys spread out since they are just clumped up right now. So we are going to push half the squad up and over. Looks like he's pulled back the Puma partially. He's still driving it around. So between the 2 Pumas and the arty signaler, he has gone for some pretty heavy DP units. So I forget the exact amount, but he may not have enough for the Ag Panzer. Or the Egg Panther, I mean. But his infantry finally takes out our spotter, so we will no longer have line of sight. And we're going to try to use the sniper to get rid of those vet recon guys that he's called in over there. And here, although these are terribly set up, so we are going to fix these. I did bring in some field engineers, so we're going to build some sandbags instead of trenches, just for firing lines and cover coming in on this open side of the point. And we've got to get these guys out of the barrage since he has called it in there. So I'm going to rush them up and out and over. And with the second one, we are going to build sandbags on this side as well. Definitely recommend it over trenches. This is just a unique little way. Get yourselves cover, get yourselves firing lines if needed. And then you can work your way up without taking a lot of damage. So it'll be a nice skipping point. I can go right from those sandbags on either side straight into the middle point as needed. And we are going to push out our own vet rifleman just to kind of get line of sight once again, considering he has dealt with most of our boundary guys that we had already there. And with the barrage done, we will reoccupy our positions. Although his Panzer IV is firing some HE at us as well, so that is a bit unfortunate. And we do still have our DP that we can use. And we have quite a bit of MP as well. So we do have options, but I don't feel really pressed to do much right now. We have quite a fair bit of infantry on the map, which is very nice. And we do still have the Cromwell. So although he does outrange us, we can definitely make a push if we want. And try to fight him, go head to head. But he does have cap weight, unfortunately, with the Gebirgsjäger and the minimal guys that we have. And he's just kind of tag teaming us with the Lafayette and then both the Panzer IV and the Puma there. And we lost one of our engineers, which is unfortunate. So he didn't get to build the full sandbag wall on that other side, but he did a decent job there. Ooh. Big boom. This is part of the reason I feel this map is a little unfair for the Axis is on their side there are I think it's four. There's four like pre-placed vehicles and artillery guns and stuff that when hit do blow up. There's an 88 and I think that's either an ammo or a fuel truck on that side. And then on the other side, there is another truck and a Nebelwerfer. So I have lost quite a few pretty nice guys, officers included, to those things just unfortunately blowing up. So pretty unfortunate that the midpoint, especially for the Axis, has all of that there. And we do get a long-range shot on us from the Panzer IV. Once again, turrets the Cromwell there. So that is very unfortunate. But he is lacking infantry for the time being. And we are also tracked as well. Looks like this may be the end of the Cromwell. We're going to try to quickly repair it. And we have plenty of options still. We could try to counter him, but I don't know. We're doing fairly well. It's 682 to 319 right now. We did not repair. We got back in for some reason. I don't know why. As long as we kind of keep contesting him as well. See, there's another one. You gotta love it. Yeah, as long as we keep contesting him, we're really kind of in an okay position here. So we can kind of wait it out. I don't really think much is going to help at the moment with our DP. There's nothing I'm like pressed to buy. So we can wait. I did move the sniper over to this flank. Try to get some better angles on anything over here. The Cromwell is still tanking shots, and he is calling in another barrage. So we're going to get a couple of these guys over to the other side. Hopefully they can stay alive there. And the Cromwell does get a hole broken there. So it is officially down. And I'm still deciding. I don't know if I want to go anti-tank or still just anti-infantry with this game. And I do ultimately decide to go with a Cromwell CS. So we will now have 2 CS vehicles on the map. So I'm kind of overly committing with the Cromwell CS at this point, to just trying to take out as much of his infantry as I can to keep him out of this point, considering the RD signaler is just going to keep bouncing us out. So it's really playing for time, because I am fearful without knowing how much DP he's actually spent. I mean, he could very well have the Ag Panther, and if he does, I really don't have much that's going to go head-to-head with that. Maybe the Firefly could, but I think we're still probably at a disadvantage there. So I got to get him out of the middle, and I got to hold the middle. So it was a big chunk of MP immediately, but I'm hoping it'll be the difference maker with the Staghound kind of letting me down here. Only 12 kills on it. I've had way better games with Staghounds, especially on this map. So this is kind of shocking. I have another game that we might see later on this week where we really put the Staghound to use pretty well. So it's another good one to kind of look out for. Definitely think the Staghound CS is probably one of the most overpowered tier 1 units, especially for the British, just because of its ability to fire over a lot of things with its arc. So you can just kind of hide behind the buildings like I am, and there's just no real counter. It's got a perfect line of sight into the middle. And I'm trying to spot just to see where this Panzer IV is, because I don't want to lose this Cromwell now. So I'm going to pull him up behind the building. And I do have to get more infantry out on that side to deal with Beast push. So I'm always trying to keep just an eye on where his armor is. I am well out of range of it, but I don't want to lose sight if I can. So I'm going to try to keep my officer just always pointed in that direction. Which is why I got rid of the pistol on him, so that he doesn't switch over to the pistol to deal with anyone or try to shoot. So he's always going to be spotting. So always ditch the pistols if you can, if you remember. But with the new RD barrage coming in, we do just skirt it to the other side, so this one shouldn't really have much of an impact, especially with getting us out of the point. He is moving, or was attempting to move up the Puma, but he did back off for some reason. Our new airborne squad is coming in, so we should be able to deal with his couple guys that are coming up onto our flank. Especially because I don't want to lose that position where my officer is. I do see quite a bit of infantry coming, though. He does have the Panzer IV over there as well. So we are going to try to get these guys up a little bit further. But it is a lot of infantry. Do see whatever that target is. We'll see in the kill feed if I get it. Is that a sniper? It was. That's what I thought. So he had a counter sniper. So we do focus fire that and we do take it out, which is very nice. That's especially what we want with that. Although we did lose most of our infantry here, which is very problematic. So we already need to call in another squad. And I really should be using this CS to kind of help support, and so we are going to start doing that now. And the Panzer IV is still sitting. Although it looks like he's now just starting to react with it. So the officer is continuing to spot it. We're going to get some of our guys from our nice defensive line up. We're going to attempt to go at him. We hit the building. Almost kill our officer. So terrible job. Terrible job. He's peeking around the corner. I'm waiting. We hit a tree. So unfortunate. I got to get the officer out of here. I don't want anything to happen to him. He's very low health. He needs to heal. He missed his first shot. We overshoot and hit a car in the back, which is fantastic. And with us being at tier 3, I am going to go with the Tulip Firefly as well. So we'll get that thing up here. And if we do lose this Cromwell, at least we'll have the Firefly to deal with this Panzer IV. But we're going to take this engagement. I'm not backing off. We do hit him. He bounces, thankfully. We've got to get this infantry smoked up and moving. Cromwell hits him again. We're going to get more infantry out on this side. Cromwell hits him and does hold break him. So the Panzer IV-G is down. And now we can kind of focus a little more. Although, with being at tier 3, I would assume he's got something. I'm thinking it's the Ag Panther. I've got no idea where it is. The Arty Barrage is coming in on our blob, so I'm just going to back him out of the point, which is unfortunate. So it is going to give him some precious time here. We'll keep the 2 cap for now until he does decap it, but if he is able to, we will be short-handed. And we do hit the Nebel, and looking at the feed, he had both officers, I'm guessing, in the crater behind the Nebel. So just like I was saying, this map with the pre-placed terrain and vehicles in the middle, so unfortunate. There's not many places to hide unless you dig foxholes as the axis, and just like that, Beast is now down both of his officers, which he was desperately using to tip the cap weight in his favor. So now I should have no problem retaking that. It'll only take the guys that are in there. I don't even have to get the other guys that I brought out to really do it at this point. So very unfortunate. He had the 2 cap, and now we are pretty much going to be back on it very quickly. As we're continuing just to pelt in the center. And it looks like he called in a mortar. I believe it's the DP mortar. So he did get that as well to try to get my guys out of the middle. And he's bringing up a stew. The stew does kill 2 of the crew, shocks the rest. Hoping we might be able to get the next shot off before he does, which we do. I don't think we hole broke him there. Maybe we did. No, not on that first shot at least, but we do have a much faster reload than him, it looks like. So we're able to get 2 shots off, 3 shots off before he gets his next, which is really unfortunate. So we do take it out. We're going to hit the Tulip in the back here. I don't believe I know his officers are down, so I think he's still got him in the back. We miss with both Tulips, does nothing. But this should be it looking at the score. I don't think there's much Beast could do. As I was just saying, I thought he would have had me with that stew, so that is really unfortunate. It's definitely the quick reload of the Cromwell versus the stew. But fairly good game for us. Definitely a competitive one. I think this probably would have gone differently if Beast was able to get his tier 2 buy instead of the Arty Signaler. I think he would have gone Jag Panther to kind of counter me. But well played, Beast. Always a pleasure. And we will see you on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Share the love for Beast as well. And until next time.